Tell me what happened.
Even hard disk 500 GB ର hard disk 899 ଟଙ୍କା ଦେଖ। SMPS Zebronics ର 450 watt power supply SMPS 670। ଦେଖିବ ହଁ ଭିତରୁ ଯାଇଛି ହଁ ଯେ ଅଫ୍ ତ ଅଛି ନା ଯାହା ବି ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି ତ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଦେବ ନା ଏମାନେ ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି ତ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଦେଉଛି। ଜେବ୍ରୋନିକ୍ସ ଅଛି ଶହୀଦନଗର ଅଛି କମ୍ପାନୀ ଜେବ୍ରୋନିକ୍ସ ସାମସଙ୍ଗ ଟିଭିଟେ ମଗେଇଲା ଆମାଜନ ସେଥିରେ ୱାରେଣ୍ଟି କାର୍ଡ଼ ଯେଉଁ ରହୁଛି ଖାଲି ମନି ରିସିପ୍ଟ ରହିଲେ ୱାରେଣ୍ଟି କାର୍ଡ଼ ଯେଉଁ ଦିନଠୁ ସେଦିନଠୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଲା। ଜେମ୍ରୁ ନାଇଁ ସେ କଥା ହେଇଛି ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କର ମ୍ୟାନେଜର ସହିତ ସିଲଭା ସାର୍ ସେ କହିଲେ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଛି କେତେ କମ୍ ହେଇପାରିବ ମୁଁ କରୁଛି। ହଁ ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଅବଜେକ୍ସନ କିଛି ଏଇଟା ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଥିଲି ବାହାରେ ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ କେତେ ସେଇ ଜେବ୍ରୋନିକ୍ସ ଦେଖ SMPS ଗୁଡ଼ାକ 670 700 ଅଛି। ଆମର ଟିକେ କମ ରହିଲା ମୁଁ ତ ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ମୋ ମନକୁ କିଛି ଆସିନି ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଲେ ଇଏ କଲେ ତ 999 ରେ 33% ରିବେଟ୍ ଅଛି 670 ମିଳୁଛି SMPS ହାର୍ଡ ଡିସ୍କ 500 GB ର ହାର୍ଡ ଡିସ୍କ କେତେ ଅଛି ଦେଖ 500 GB ର ହାର୍ଡ ଡିସ୍କ ଦେଖୁଥିଲି ଯେ ମୁଁ 500 GB ର ହାର୍ଡ ଡିସ୍କ ଅଛି 899 899 ଦେଖ i3 ପ୍ରୋସେସର 2269 ଟଙ୍କା i3 ପୁରା ପ୍ୟାକ୍ ହେଇକି ପୁରା ସିଲ୍ ପ୍ୟାକ୍। ଆଉ ଏଗୁଡ଼ାକୁ ଦେଖିଲେ ଲାଭନି ସେଇ ଯଦି କିଛି କମଉଛି କହିଲେଣି ମାନେ କମିବ କଷେ ଡବଲ ପାଖ ରେଟ୍ ହେଇଯାଉଛି ନା ଟିକେ 500 ଟଙ୍କା ପୁଣି ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରା ନିଅନ୍ତେ ଏମାନେ କ'ଣ ଏମାନେ ତ ବହୁତ ରିବେଟ୍ ଆଣୁଥିଲେ ନା ବଲ୍ ନଉଥିଲେ ଦୁନିଆ ଜାଗାରେ ଅଛି ଆଉ ଏମାନେ ଏତେ ମାର୍ଜିନ୍ ରଖିଲେ ବେଶୀ ମାର୍ଜିନ୍ Dr. Mahathir, let us start. Let others join in between.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No issue. No issue. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, all the learners. So today is the 16th of March. So we have, as per the schedule, we have tourism marketing, the block 3. So it's all about the developmental role of marketing. Yesterday we discussed about the different marketing research. So how the marketing research impact the developmental role of the tourism and travel industry. And in the developmental role of marketing, we will discuss a few PPTs. So I will share the PPTs. Just wait a moment. Okay, it's I've already shared the PPTs. In the developmental role of marketing, there are 5 units. It starts with Unit 8, which is a role of public organizations, and the second one is Unit 9, the role of local bodies, and third one is Unit 10, that is role of NGOs, non-government organizations, and Unit 11 is social responsible marketing or social marketing, and Unit 12, the last is also the social marketing. So we'll start from the Unit 8, role of public organization. First of all, we need to discuss why there is a development required for the tourism and travel industry. As you know that initially I have already discussed with you, the tourism and travel industry contributes a lion's share or the more than 9% to the nation's GDP. So development from the every front, development from the every corner is required. So so that the tourist influx will be increased, or the tourist influx will be enhanced. So keeping in that things in the mind, a lot of stakeholders they deliberate on the developmental role of marketing. It when the stakeholders are involved in the developmental role of marketing, they not only involve or they not only take part in the research part, but also from the different level, from local level to the national level, they take part and they prepare the strategies, they take part in the decision making process. So all these things are required to develop the travel and tourism industry, or the how the travel and tourism industry will enter into the markets. The developmental role of marketing is as such required. So keeping in that things in the mind, we need to discuss each and every stakeholders roles and responsibilities, or duties and responsibilities. Okay, so the first one is your Unit 8, that is role of public organization. As you know that public organization, it's a kind of a organization which is run by the government, and organization in these sectors usually they deal with different ownership, different production process, sales and marketing process, and delivery of the product and services, and interacting with the people. So they are actually the service providers. They provide all kind of services, they offer all kinds of services. It may range from travel to tourism to the manufacturing to the other enterprises. So public sector has a different area of jobs, or a different kind or different nature of jobs they normally offer in the terms of product and services. So the public sector plays a central role in encouraging the tourism development, not only in India but all through the global arenas, or all through the global chain. So they provide a range of services. For an example, as you know that Air India is a signature or very unique example of this public sector, which is one of the oldest and the largest airlines in India, which is run by the public limited companies, which is actually incorporated in the Companies Act in 1956. So public sector has a tremendous responsibilities to bring the travel or the tourism industry into a vibrant sphere, or to make the travel and tourism most enterprising industry. So that's why the public sector has a lot of decision making strategies, a lot of plans and procedures, and a lot of they require a lot of manpowers, professional manpowers, to carry out the different functions and every day. So that's why the public sector organization, the public organization is a huge organizations, normally take care by the government of the particular state or particular country, which deals with all kinds of all levels of work, or all levels of functions. So we'll moving to the next slides. What are the various characteristics of the public sector in the tourism industry? Okay, so if you'll discuss the particular tourism industry, it's a very vast industry, very vast service sector, where the public sector or the public organizations plays a different role from time to time. So we need to understand what are their roles and responsibilities, so that we can definitely understand what was their role, and when they check out the plan for the tourism, future plan for the tourism industry, and how the plans are executed in the every level. It's it's in the local level or even the regional level or even in the national level. So first point is the accountability. Yes, it is one of the attribute of a key attribute of the public sector organization. They are accountable to the for the service of the public. So that's why it is called public accountability. And multiple objectives rights. What is that? The multiple objective rights means there are different rules and the different rights which needs to be passed through the different objectives or different purposes, so they are sync or they are harmonies with all kinds of rights, so that the multiple objectives can be fulfilled. The next is powers and responsibilities. What are the powers and responsibility means? Which is actually evolutionized in the due course of time, and sometimes it is concurrent, and sometimes it is also constitutional. So powers and responsibilities are coordinated with each other. Sometimes and these powers are entrusted or engulfed by the local government or maybe the regional government or the state government, and according to that there are different responsibilities are performed. Just a minute, just hold. Hello. Hello. Uh-huh. Sir. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I have done twice, because there are two scholars of they are going to present, so that's why I have done twice. Hmm. Yes, one is Abhishek Chaudhary and another one is Gopi Krishna. I do not exactly. I he Gopi Krishna. Yes. Uh, Let me check. Let me check. I will let you know. Okay. Let me check with them. Okay. No. Okay. Sorry. The next is your operating and financial framework set by the legislations. There are different frameworks needs to be designed to perform the various functions or to meet the multiple objectives. So that is called your operating and financial frameworks. Normally it is legalized, and it is sometimes it is entrusted by the local governments properly executed. Then the governance structures. Yes, the organizational hierarchy of the governance, how the thing to be executed, the product and services, or how the authority can daily structure of the is one is nature of the resources. Uh, of the resources when the public sector is going to offer the risk.
Please wait. The resource person,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, yes. There are some
yes.
problems. Yeah, there are some problems in the internet. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. The private sector, the public sector is finished, the private sector. Okay, the travel and tourism is also dependent on the role of private sector, because private sector plays a major role, in the planning, education, even in the decision making process, even in the infrastructure development, even in the even in the sphere of marketing, in the promotional activities. So private sector has a lot of roles to play for the development of the tourism. It's a local tourism or maybe in the global tourism. So private sector normally, private sector has a lot of branches or the lot of components, or it consists of different uh, different organizations in which deals with the different kinds of product and services. And the private sector normally produces materials or goods or services, or products which serve to the consumers, and it normally earns the profit, or it goes for a profit maximization. So in the tourism and travel organization, most of the organizations, or the tourism and travel sectors, most of the private organizations are self-owned, and sometimes it is partially operated by the government, and sometimes it is kind of a sole traders, or sometimes it is kind of a limited companies, or sometimes it is called a proprietary business, or sometimes it is called partnership business. So these are the nature, or these are the kind of private sectors. They normally they help to grow, or they helps in the developmental process of tourism. For an example, if you say the private sector, for an example, a particular kind of travel agency or the tour organizations, which they normally they conduct a site tours, or they provide a transport business to the local tourists. So they make all as a private sectors. So they play a lot of role, or they have a lot of responsibilities to bring the tourist influx to a particular location or to a particular destination. So that's why the private sector plays a major role. Okay, then what are the various characteristics of the private sector in tourism? First one is when they try to offer a product and services, they always looks for the profit maximization, because without the profit, and they cannot run their enterprises, or they cannot run their business. So that's why they have profit motive, and private ownership and control. Second point is when a particular person or a group of people, or a proprietary business, they open a enterprises in a private manner. They have their own ownership, and they have their own control over their business, and they control their business, as well as they control the tourism activities or the tourism resources of a particular location on daily basis. So the ownership and the control remain in their own hand. So that is also another characteristics of the private sector. Then next is no third party interaction, or the no third party participation. What happened in the private sector when they try to integrate, or when they try to harmonize the different tourism product and services, they directly comes in contact with the uh, tourist or the visitors. Okay, so they don't have any intermediaries. They don't have any third party commissioning agent. So that they are also called the commissioning agents. So they directly contact with the tourists. So that is sometimes it is called the host and guest relationship. So this also one of the best characteristics of the private sector in tourism. Then next is it is independent management. The another control is that they have their own independency. They have their own management, and they have their own organizational hierarchy and own organizational structure. Everything, every, you know, everything is run by their own kind of management during the when they offer product and services. Then next is your private finance, means whatever the budget they prepare from it their own. The budget is not influenced by the external agents or the external organizations. So they have their own independent budget, that is their own finance. Then the last characteristics is work culture of the employees. Normally, the people who works in the different private sector organization or the employees or the manpower, so they have a good working culture because they have a common purpose to achieve. Where the common purpose is to to increase the tourist influx to a particular destination, to increase or to enhance the tourist attraction or the tourist attractiveness to the particular destination, or to increase the infrastructure development of the particular location. So that's why the work culture is very symbiotic by nature, or work culture is very kind of a relationship which is very soothing, so that each and every employee should try to achieve their own objective. Okay, so this is also another characteristics of the private sector in tourism. The next is,
So can we see the slide?
yes, tell me.
I think so. We are unable to see the slide. Can we see it as you did last
Oh,
minute?
just a minute, just a minute. I think it's due to the net. Now it is fine. Hello,
Yeah.
it is coming on the screen. Yeah, fine.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
it is
yes,
visible
it
now.
is. Yes.
Okay. So we'll go to the next slide. That is, a role of local bodies. Okay. So this is also after the private public sector and private sector, the role of local bodies is very important. Travel and tourism is a kind of industry or the sector.
Dr. Mahanti, your
Yes,
slide is not visible.
I said I just shared it. I am already presenting the slides. Now it is coming, sir. Just
Uh,
see.
please click that PowerPoint so that it will be visible.
Well,
Now it
Zalana
is
can
visible.
see it. Zalana can
No,
see it.
only
It is
only the
visible, Zalana.
only the
Now it is, sir, presenting.
yes,
See?
yes, yes. It is
Yeah.
seen. It is visible.
Okay, sir. Noise. Okay, so what happens? The what are the various roles and responsibilities of the local bodies? The travel and tourism industry is kind of a people-intensive industry. It's a service sector where the host and guest relationship is more crucial. Okay, so in that things in the mind, any destination when you travel, when you visit one place, the local community or the local residents or the local bodies, as you say that, or the community engagement or the participation or the involvement is tourism industries the center stage. So the role of local bodies is very important, very important. When we say about the responsibility or the responsible tourism or the sustainability practices or the different kinds of attributes of tourism, like green practices, the local food, and local art and craft, or the local services. So all these things comes directly and indirectly from the local bodies or the local communities. In the tourism, like sustainable tourism or the ecotourism or the community based ecotourism like CBT and all. So role of local community or the role of local bodies is so in depth that tourism industry cannot be live without these local bodies. So that's why the destination, during the destination development process, or when we see or when we talk about the developmental process of tourism industry, so at that time it is noteworthy to define or to highlight to explore the local bodies' responsibilities. Okay, so you go to any place or any when you visit one particular kind of destination, you think in your mind that when you go to a restaurants, okay, you order some foods and the ingredients, the dish or the ingredients which helps to prepare a dish is sourced by the local, or it's called a local indigenous product, and it is prepared or it is cultivated or it is agricultured by the local residents. And when you goes to a particular place, when you go to a kind of wildlife sanctuary, so the wildlife sanctuary is the developmental role of wildlife sanctuary is entrusted by the government, but the government does not work in the particular location. In the particular location, all the work or all the services and products are going to be delivered by the local community or the local bodies. So that's why. So the importance of local bodies in the tourism industry is highly noteworthy. Okay, so in case of local bodies or the local community or the local residents, there are different forms of local bodies. Like we can say that it is a kind of NGOs also there, and there is a particular kind of community group, and another it's also called the self-help groups, SHGs, and there is a particular kind of people who stay near to the protective areas. There is a group of people who stay near to the wildlife sanctuaries, or there is a particular group of people who stay near to the mountainous regions, or the people who are in the developmental process of agritourism. I mean your farmers, the group of farmers. So this group of people or the group of communities are called your local bodies, and also they are non-government organizations. The role of NGOs or the non-government organization is very very important, and all these groups, their roles are very very important in the developmental process, and they create not only the product and services, they offer the product and services, they create the awareness, they make the tourist happy, they make the tourist delight, they provide the local food, they provide all kinds of attractions to the tourists. So what happened during this process, there is a relationship is built up between the host and the guest, and when the relationship build up, the government or the yes, the other stakeholders are also benefited from this process. So that's why the different local bodies or the local community groups are highly highly noteworthy to deliver all kinds of services and product. So we'll move to the next slide. How these peoples are responsible in different ways, or in different duties and responsibilities that they need to perform. So first one is tourist experience. As you know that tourist experience is one of the important attributes when a destination is marketed by the destination marketing organization. So tourist expressions and the tourist satisfaction is enhanced by the product and services offered by the local communities or the local groups. They helps to enhance the visitors experience by providing the quality service or by providing the personalized service. So they render different kinds of services, and when they offer the different services, the quality services increases the tourist satisfaction levels. So first point is tourist experience is most important, because when the tourists step in or when the tourists think of visiting a destination, at that time he or she check out the various kinds of experience needs to be delivered by reaching that particular destination. So it is the job of the local communities, or the maybe the local stakeholders, to offer them a memorable experience which they will be always remembered for the lifetime, and their repeat visited or their revisit intention will be also enhanced. So that things is very very important to the destination. Then second one is infrastructure. Yes, infrastructure in the infrastructure in the form of facilities, different amenities is required, because a destination is developed due to its infrastructure, and the tourist experience is actually derived by from its infrastructure. If there is no infrastructure, and the tourist cannot be reach to that particular destination, and he or she cannot derive the experience. So that's why infrastructure plays a major role. And to make the infrastructure ready, to make the infrastructure available all the time for the tourist and traveler, it is not only the local government. The local government needs the help of local bodies, or the local communities group, or the NGOs, to come hand in hand to to develop the infrastructure for the tourist, or the to utilize the infrastructure resources. For an example, electricity, the parking facilities, water and sanitation, hygiene, your your road, your street light, public parks. These all kinds of things which actually culminates, or which actually consist of making the product and service more delightful. And when the product and services are more delightful, the tourist gets the one of the best experience, or one of the memorable experience for their lifetime. So that's why infrastructure is also required, or in the developmental process. Then next point is developing and maintaining visitor attractions. Yes, a destination always have attractions, and attraction in the form of man-made attraction, as you know, that man-made attraction and nature-made attractions, and both these attraction needs to be protected. Otherwise what will happen, slowly, when you talk about the sustainability, when you talk about the responsible tourism, these things needs to be protected. Otherwise what will happen, in the due course of time, these things will be slowly decayed, if you are not protect it, if you are not conserve it in a right manner. So developing and maintaining the visitor attraction is also one of the prime job by the local communities or the local NGOs. So they should create awareness. They should conduct seminars, workshops, and other things to make the protection of the different attraction, whether it is maybe man-made or the nature-made, because these things leads for the sustainability of the future generations. Okay, so the role of local bodies or the local communities is also highly responsible for the protection of the the destination attractions. Okay, the next is support for the festivals and events. Yes, the destination is more lively. The destination is more, very full of hue and cries, when there will be full of festivals and events, all these cultural things that needs to be organized by the local communities, or the local residents, or the group of residents, because they come in front, and they conduct the different festivals, different cultural festivals or religious festivals, different art and craft events, exhibitions, so that make the tourist more happy towards to the destination. Okay, so the supporting the festivals and events, also supporting the local government or the local authorities to make it successful, or make the events more successful. That is also another prime job of the local NGOs or the local communities. Okay. So the next point is implementing the visitor attraction schemes. Okay. So this, what is that? This is, this kind of a particular schemes or kind of a particular, there are various kinds of marketing organizations who actually market the destination. So in the marketing process of the destination, to present the attraction or to present the destination attraction by the local communities is more important, because they know the each and every attractiveness of a particular destination holds, or the particular destination consists of. So it is the job of, it is the two-way job of destination marketing organization as well as local NGOs to come forward and to prepare a tailor-made package, or to prepare a integrative or a very integral kind of a product where it can be sold to the tourist in a good price. Destinations should be always marketed to be sold, so that the revenue will become, or the foreign exchange will be happen. Otherwise, there will be no benefit. So that's why in the implementing of the visitor attractions, or what actually the tourist looks for. So that knows best to the local communities or the local organizations. So that kind of it's a kind of a schemes. So they have each and they have different schemes, and one particular group knows the scheme of a or the benefits of a wildlife sanctuary, or selling the benefit of a wildlife sanctuary to a tourist, or the one group is are involved in the agritourism purposes. So one group is are involved in the promoting and marketing the this one local food or local gastronomy. So implementation of each and every attraction, or it's each and every scheme is it depends upon the local communities. Okay. The next is sustainable tourism development of an area. As I have told you, sustainable is the buzzword of the tourism industry. We need to, we the travelers or the tourists are nowadays are responsible, more responsible. They are much more, approaching towards to the green practices or the green preparations. Or the tourists and travelers, when they are going to a hotel, prefer to stay in a eco hotel or environmentally friendly hotels, where there are different green practices are currently conducted. So sustainable tourism, why the sustainable tourism development is required? Because we need to restore, we need to protect, we need to conserve our resources for the future generation. Because due to the pollution, due to the over tourism, due to the political imbalance, and sometimes for the other reasons, the sustainability is difficult to maintain. If it is difficult to maintain, and then what will happen in the future, the tourism resources or the tourism attraction will be going to be depleted. Okay, so keeping in that things in the developmental process of marketing, sustainable tourism development is also plays a prime role, and for the local bodies or the local government also, or the local communities also, they come forward, each and every member of the community group, they come forward, they should take part in the sustainable tourism development process. The next is providing information facilities for travelers. Yes, information, passing on the information or dissemination of the right information is one of the prime job uh, by the local groups or the local communities or the NGOs to the tourist, because right information gives a lot of advantages, a lot of benefits to the tourists. So they will not be distracted from their consuming the tourism product and services. So that's why information plays a major role. So information can be sourced, and it can be executed in a proper manner. The coordination should be there, the proper communication should be executed, so that the final output of the information can be reached to the tourist. So if the final output of the information will be reached to the trouble, tourist will be happy. So a happy tourist can increase the revisit intention of a particular destination, because tourism and travel industry is that only. You need to sell the destination. You need to The tourists should be consume your product and services, and finally they should derive their satisfaction, or they should derive their experience. Then they will think of revisiting by by recommending your services or product, by recommending your destination attributes, by recommending everything what they have already cherished for. Okay, so that's why the role of local governments and local communities plays a central part. Then unit 10 is all about your NGOs, as I have already told you. So a role of NGOs in the tourism is very important, because they act as a facilitator in the developmental process. They create the awareness among the people. They create the different kinds of information of which is required, not only for the tourist but also for the local people to survive in this sustainable process. Over the past years, in the tourism and travel industry, it has been become clear that there is a need for training programs, because NGOs and the local communities or the local groups, why they need to have training programs or the workshops, or the sometimes the capacity building process, or the professional development for the staffs, because they need to be first skilled enough, or they need to be brushed up about the tourism knowledge, tourism resources, so that they can deliver their product and services to the visitors, or to the travelers. So that's why, keeping in that things in the mind, the government, the local government, or the local authority, tourism authorities, and the local stakeholders also, and sometimes other private bodies, they come forward, and they conduct different awareness training programs, different workshops, seminars, small kinds of conferences. They enhance their training of the workers. For an example, a particular kind of lodge, or a particular kind of a small restaurants who's serving to the restaurant food to the local food to the tourist. So the restaurant staffs or the hotel staffs, they need to be skilled. They need to be professional. For that, the training programs needs to be imparted, or the training program needs to be conducted, so that they can understand fully the different product and services of the tourism and travel industry. Because these is a huge service industry, where the people to people interaction is required. That's why it is a very people intensive industry, where the services are normally interacted, or it is rendered through the people. If the people are not professionals, or people are not skilled, or the people are not, or the staffs or the employees are not humble enough, or they, if they are not up to the mark, up to their standards, then it is again a thrive for the tourism industry. And some kind of knowledge is required to in the developmental process of sustainability in the tourism industry. uh, so in that process, what happens during this entire process of NGOs or the local communities, when you talk about this one, uh, the capacity building process or the training, it not only happens in one way. It always have a a kind of a mutual benefit to the tourism industry. to the local people and as well as the other stakeholders. So in this point, normally for an example, if you give if you cite an example, nowadays in India, even in the most of the countries, most of the developing countries, they have a community-based ecotourism, a CBET. It's a community-based ecotourism is normally joint ventured by the UNTOS, United Nations World Tourism Organization, as well as UNDP, United Nations World National Development Process and Development Organization, where they are mutually agreed upon to deliver some kind of capacity building training program to the local governments, to the local communities, to the local residents to enhance the tourism resources or to enhance the tourism attraction of the particular destination. So, for an example, in India there is called indigenous tourism or the village tourism or the community-based ecotourism is now in the forefront, and even TOs along with the Indian government, they have chalked out the village tourism plan where the local people are benefited. Local people are the watchdog for the tourism developmental process. They are involved in every activities of the tourism plan and procedure. So it is a huge milestone to achieve for the national and international organization who are involved in the tourism activities. Because if your local people are involved, if the local people are engaged or their participation is 100 percentage and they are fully empowered, then socio-economic development is also achieved. So nowadays, the UNDP and UNTOs, the international organization like this, they are coming in front to fund financially so different local communities and national government, non-governmental organization NGOs to carry out the various kinds of functions which are positive and which have a holistic approach towards to the developmental process of tourism. Then because in on the discussing of that same NGOs or all these things, because the competition, why there is so much importance is given, because nowadays destinations are the tourist places are on a competitive mode, or the most of the destinations have different competitiveness advantage. So that to enhance the competitiveness advantage, the destinations are competing with each other, and the behind of the destinations, the people who works to develop the destination, they are also competing with each other. Hence, to make the tourism industry more vibrant and to make the destination to be sold to the tourist, so there is a huge competition. And how to stay apart from this competition process? Uh, the people or the local governments, they are encouraging the non-government organization, the local communities to be more responsible or to be to be involved in this developmental process, so that the business or the tourism business can be thrive. So, what are the various points that normally, basic fundamental things and that have in the group of community people they have in their mind, or they have check out the plan by considering these points. First one is in creating a new kind of product for the inbound visitors. They normally create a very unique product which can also attract to the visitors. Okay. Then the second one is to explore the new location. To explore the newer location, how they can explore, or how they can market a new destination, because there are many unexplored destinations, untapped destinations, or untapped locations in the particular area or in the particular regions. So it is the job of community people or the local resident to explore. How they can explore that? They can explore by the through the promotional activities, or through exploring it on the social market or the social media marketing platform, and or by through the word of mouth, or by nowadays it is called the EWM, electronic word of mouth and all. And the third point is in identifying the deserving NGOs or tour agency for financial assistance. Yes, I have told you that funding is also required to carry out the different developmental functions. So to meet these objectives, like point one, point two, so the reputed or worldwide tourism agencies, or the tour operators, or the reputable NGOs, they need to fund the local bodies to identify the suitable location or the suitable destination to develop, so that the local people will be benefited, and the tourist will comes to know a new destination has been developed, and definitely he or she can visit that particular place. Then next point is to facilitate researchers in the field work. Yes, during the developmental process, what happens? The various attributes, the various product and services, new product and services developed, new attributes are also developed, new attractions or new resources are also comes into the forefront, or there is a insight of new areas which needs to be also developed. So it is the job, it actually helps the researchers to find out the new areas, new fertile areas, or the new knowledge to add to the existing literature. So that is also helpful for the local researchers or the regional researchers to carry out the various research oriented functions. Okay. Then next point is to create a demand among the tourists for a new dimension. Yes, it is very very important point that you know uh, the demand is created. I mean, when a new destination is tapped, or the destination where not only the food is there, not only the sun is there, not only the sun, sand, beaches, every kinds of tourism attributes are there, but there is a very very unique tourism activities there. So what will happen? The all of a sudden or immediately the demand graph will be enhanced. So to create a demand among the tourists is also a new dimension for the non-government organizations. Okay. Then to contribute also the to increase the number of tourists also, to also to make the tourist approachable towards to the destination, or to increase the tourist influx to the particular destination, as well as to contribute the socio-economic development, or the well-being of the particular group, or the particular destination. That is also another point, another function of the non-government organization, to improve the corporate social responsibility among the tour organization. Yes, it is one of the particular attributes that every tour organization, the travel bodies, there needs to be contribute something towards to the CSR, the corporate social responsibility. Okay, which will helps to empower the local people, which will helps to increase their livelihood and all, and to promote the sustainable tourism. Yes, in the last, the promotion of sustainable tourism is also important in the for the non-government organizations. Just hold on. Just hold on, let me drink some water.
Okay, sir.
You all are clear. Whatever I just saying the topics and all. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, no issue.
Okay, sir, there is no doubt from my side.
It's yeah. No issue. It's very easy to learn or to remember. Okay. Then we'll move to the next slide. I think it's in a PDF format. Just hold on. I have not prepared. I have prepared, but what happened in the due in some by mistake it was lost. So let me check. Wait. Wait. Now it is visible. Hello.
No, sir. No, sir, it is not. Okay, now it is visible.
Okay. Wait for a moment. Just coming from washroom.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. Just hold on.
Mhm.
Sama Hamza wannan ya yi sharing din wannan PPT din kuwa ko kuma sai dai ka ɗauko shi ta can app.
Sai dai ka ɗauko gaskiya bai yi ba.
Ok ba matsala zai yi sharing amma ina tunanin ba.
Ba ta app za ka ɗauko shi ba, ta wannan learning management system ɗin LMS. Ta ciki za ka ɗauko shi ne mai kyau, na application ɗin sai a hankali ne.
Ok to ba matsala.
Okay, the unit 11 is all about your social responsible marketing. Okay, hello, you're listening. Hello, yeah, social
Hi, hi,
responsible.
hi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, this is social responsible marketing. As I have told you, I have already we have already discussed that the marketing. So marketing is a huge area which needs to be explored from the different dimensions. Marketing has different aspects like your objectives, your customers, your product, and your exchange process. These are the 3 to 4 things that you need to remember when you talk about the marketing of the tourism. Okay, so yeah, first of all, you need to find out the objectives or the purpose. The purpose is, for an example, if the African people comes to India, what is their objectives? So the objectives is to consume or to see the Indian heritage, or if sometimes Indian people tries to go to Africa, the main objective is to consume the various tourism resources of Africa. So then what happened? The exchange process. Exchange happens between the buyer and seller. Okay. Am I right or wrong? The exchange always happens between the buyer and seller. Who is the buyer and who is the seller in the tourism industry? The buyer is your tourist, and the seller is your local people, or your travel agent or your tour organization. These are the sellers.
The
And
tour operator.
yes, tour operator is very good. Yeah, tour operator. So then the exchange process happens. And how the exchange process happens? Now the exchange process happens through a financial mode or through a financial platform. So for an example, if I contact a Nigerian travel agent to go for a 10 days visit to the Lagos. So what will I will exchange the process through a currency, okay, or that is called your foreign exchange. So that's why the marketing or the social responsible marketing always have different kinds of aspects, which is very relevant, like your objectives, your exchange process, and the customers, and there is a financial platform. Like you can see the seller and the buyer. So in the left hand side the seller, and the right hand side is the buyer, and in the middle there is your ingredients, or there is your services or materials, what is going to be consumed and how it can be consumed. It can be consumed or it can be delivered by the seller to the buyer through the money or through the platform or the financial platform. Okay, so this is actually the fundamental role of any kind of tourism marketing process or in the social responsible marketing. Okay, so social marketing is a particular definition which you can define. It is actually happens in a social media or in a social relevance kind of platform, where the buyers and sellers are digitally they are they comes to one particular digital platform and then sell and buy the product. Okay, so that's why this social marketing social responsible marketing is very important. Okay, is helps to improve the target audience, or the sometimes it helps to improve the social nature of the tourist or social nature of the buyer. So that's why the one of the most famous marketeers or the marketing scientist, the Philip Kotler, has defined this social marketing is a kind of areas where, with respect to the objectives of the market and each or her organization, social media or the social marketing seeks to influence the social behaviors, not to benefit the marketer but to benefit the target audience and the general society. Its sponsors simply wish to make the society a better place, not merely the benefit themselves but to the organization. Okay, so this is the actual definition of socially responsible marketing. A social responsible marketing has a modules, or they have a particular kind of framework. So as I have already told you, they have a multiple. The framework is in the form of a exchange process. It's very complex, and they have a particular kind of multiple objectives. Okay, multiple aims, and they have a exchange process, and they have multiple constituents. Okay, what are the various multiple objectives? The multiple objectives is your dimensions, which normally fulfills the tourism various tourism activities, or the travelers or the host population or the guest or the customers or maybe the tourists, they all are attached to the multiple objectives. For an example, uh, uh, I'll cite an example. If you want to come to India, okay, for 5 days to visit the various wildlife sanctuaries. So what about your multiple objectives? So you have your multiple objectives to see the natural sceneries of India or the peripheral areas of the wildlife sanctuaries. And the second objective of the particular travel agent is to to deliver a particular product. The next is how that particular product can be very suitable to the tourist. And then another objective is how the local people will be approached to the particular tourist. That is their objectives. So that's why they have multiple objectives and multiple dimensions. Then exchange process or as I have told you, during this exchange process or in the important process of social responsible marketing, the exchange process is tremendously depends upon the relationship. It has a particular kind of that is called your relationship, or that is sometimes it is a two-way process, or it is a some kind of sympathy is required, some kind of when you deliver a process, sympathy is required, so that your relationship can be built up. The next is the communication. Yes, in the in the exchange process, I think it's, you can see the image. It's a social marketing exchange relations, as I told you. To develop a relationship in the social marketing exchange process, the communication and information is very important. Okay, the communication and information is very important, as the information and the communication will help you to reach your target group. Okay, then next is your multiple constituents in in whether it may be a sustainable tourism or responsible tourism or any kind of other tourism or resources. Your components or the constituents are your tourist, and second one is your host population, third one is your destination region or the regional destinations, and your environment and your habitat or your ecological and cultural aspects. So these are the few constituents or the few platforms where your socially responsible marketing actually needs to be developed. Then coming to the social responsible marketing, there is a particular kind of activities or aspects that is called promotion mix. You do know what is promotion? What do you mean by promotion? Anybody? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you know by promotion? What is the promotion?
Promotion means accelerating things from its normal uh, place to the higher level.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Promotion. See. Promotional mix or promotion is a kind of marketing process where the tools or sorry, where the product and services are highlighted, and it is highlighted by an organization through a particular kind of through a particular kind of uh, through a particular kind of tools. Okay, so what I think you know about the promotional mix at advertising, you know about the publicity, you know about the sales promotion, personal selling. So these are the various kinds of promotion mix, and the promotion of a destination is very required, necessary. Otherwise, your destination cannot be developed. So the promotion plays a major role in the tourism activities. The tools of the promotion mix are like advertising, your publicity, your sales promotion, your personal selling. These are the ideas normally travel and tourism industry they have a lot of influence. Okay, so for an example, in responsible tourism or even in the sustainable tourism, if you want to make this tourism sustainable, the promotion mix among the different label or even in the different areas needs to be done. For an example, you need to create awareness for your wildlife protective wildlife sanctuaries. So at that time, for the idea of conservation or some kinds of rehabilitation or the sustainable development needs to be promoted. Okay, so how it can be promoted? Now it can be promoted through the different medias. So it may be the advertising rules like TV, radios, your mailings, point of purchase, and all. Sales promotion tools like special events like fairs, exhibitions. Publicity tools like press kits, reports, technical reports, public relations. Personal sellings like sales promotion, tour guides. So these are the different uh, modes of the promotion mix. Okay, so that's why there is a model that is called IDA model. Okay, so that is a IDA model which has been developed by the marketing researchers. So this you can see there are different kinds of promotional objective. There are different kinds of stages. Okay, when you want to create a impact on the consumer's mind, so at that time you need to check the different kinds of stages. First one is your cognitive, second one is your affective, and third one is your behavior. Okay, in the cognitive stage, your what does your AIDA model? AIDA model is your attention, interest, desire, and action. It is a model. It is a marketing model which is created in the to help the promotion process. Sorry. Okay, it is called AIDA. 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 What does it mean? Now, AIDA means attention. Oh, sorry. Hold on just. So, what does it AIDA means? Your attention, your interest, your desire, and your action. Okay. So these are the AIDA models which normally helps to impact the various stages like your cognitive, your affective, and your behavior. Okay, then how it impact, like through your AIDA, your attention level, how the attention level, the stages is cognitive, is influenced. It is influenced what kind of effect it actually brings. It actually brings the awareness or it increases the knowledge. Okay, so that's why the hierarchy of effects is knowledge. So this promotional mix or this kind of promotion, the impact on the cognitive stage through creating a attention. Okay, some if sometimes you have seen in the TV or television, or if if you listen to a radio, then some kind of a promotion aspects to make you attendable, so that you something creates in your mind. So that is your cognitive stage. Okay, So what the management task is fulfilled? Now the management or the tourism organization, the proper information is channelized. Okay. So the proper information can be channelized, or the proper information can be created and it can be disseminated to the target group. And what is the promotional method? What kind of promotional methods they normally use? Now, they use different wall posters or the different exhibitions or different large and small advertisements. Okay. The next is affective. It is also another human stage, like cognitive or the affective stage in the behavior. How the AIDA model is, it creates through the interest or it creates the desire. Actually, the model creates, along with the promotional mix, creates the interest to know something, or to interest to see something, or to interest to buy something, or it creates the desire. Okay, so that's why the tourist, wants to visit that place, because it creates a ripple in the affective stage of the tourist in the consumer behavior process. So, what is the effect? It creates the preference, it creates the conviction, it creates through the liking. And how the management is task is fulfilled. Now it is the attitude level, or the it reinforces, it strengthens. Then how the particular things can be resolved. Now it is the promotional tools can be resolved through the direct mail, or through the reminders, or sometimes it is public relation, or sometimes supported mail. Just hold on.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Just hold on, huh? Just I have bit cough.
Okay. Until after the class.
Yes, what do you want to ask? Tell me. Yeah, tell me, Bashir.
Okay, sir. Nothing, sir. Sir, continue. Maybe after the class.
Okay, no issue, no issue. Just hold on. Okay. So then next stage is your behavior. The behavior of a tourist is, through the IDA model, action is influenced, or it has created some kind of behavioral changes in the tourist. Okay, so how it can be tourist, how it can be influenced. The function is purchase, or the tourist going to buy one particular product. So it is a motivational act, and it can be by the direct selling. So these are the AIDA model, AIDA model, which has been created by the tourism researcher. So the what is AIDA model? Now it is attention, interest, desire, and action. These four uh, frameworks, or these four components, they impact on the different stages of the tourist, like cognitive, affective, and behavior. And what the effect is created? Now action create the purchase, affective, interest and desire creates the liking, preference, and convictions, and attention creates the awareness and knowledge. Okay, then how these are fulfilled? What are the various promotional methods and tools? Like direct selling, like a direct mail, like a supported mail, like posters, exhibitions, advertisements. So these are the things you need to remember. Okay. Then we'll come to really critical to the marketing, like alternative development or the responsible development, sustainable tourism, or the concept of carrying capacities. These are the things that are difficult through the process of uh, sometimes it is critical to for those socially responsible marketing. Okay, so why there is a bit of criticalness involved? In the developmental process, as you know that sustainable tourism is in the kind of tourism that are consistent with nature or the social and community values, which actually helps or which actually allows the host and guest to enjoy the positive and worthwhile interaction shared experience. This means that tourism should not have a negative effect or impact on the environment, the culture, or social values of the host population. There are some criticalness is also lies in between the sustainable tourism or the alternative tourism and social responsible marketing helps to a certain point of time or to a certain degree, but later sometimes it is also very hard to imbibe the different process so that it is critical. The next is carrying capacity. I think you know about the carrying capacity. What is the carrying capacity? As you know that carrying capacity is a concept which is used in the tourism. It is the level of tourist presence or the level of tourist pressure which creates impacts on the host community. For example, if uh, if you go to the European countries like Brazil, like Spain, Italy, there are so many tourists, so huge number of tourists. So that is also called over tourism. That means the carrying capacity of a particular location has been exceeded because the level of tourist pressure is so high that it can impact negatively to the community, to the environment, to the economy, as well as it is not acceptable for both the tourist and host. And at that time, the sustainability issues cannot be, fulfilled. So that's why social responsible marketing plays a important role. Socially responsible marketing is also face some issues and challenges to meet these objectives like carrying capacity, alternative development, and sustainable tourism. Okay, there are different carrying capacity like physical carrying capacity. That means how many number of tourists is attracted to a particular location, and there is psychological carrying capacity and ecological carrying capacity. That means a particular region to a level absorb certain number of tourists without destroying its balance of nature. So that is called ecological capacity. So this carrying capacity needs to be conserved. They needs to be protected. Otherwise, how they will be protected? Yes, they will be protected through the idea model, through the promotional mix. But certain point of time or certain degree, it has some issues which is very critical. Okay. Then we'll discuss what are the various international organizations in the different level like lower level or in the macro level or micro level are involved in the responsible tourism, like organizations like UNESCO. You know that United Nations education, scientific and cultural organizations, and UNTO, World United Nations World Tourism Organization, World Bank, Greenpeace, and the International Academy for the Study of Tourism. So these few organizations or the non-government organizations or the different stakeholders who are always involved in the social responsible marketing. They created a lot of promotional mix. they impact the tourist mind, they impact towards to the community, they create the awareness, they create the education awareness, they are also helps in the marketing process also. So these a few international organizations, the micro and macro levels, they are held responsible for the socially responsible marketing. Okay. If you have any questions, please ask. I think it is finished. We can discuss. Hamza, our team.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
how
sir.
the
I'm there.
how the teaching process is? How you like my teaching process? You explain.
Sir, was wonderful. It is fantastic, sir. We are
Yes.
just listening attentively. That's why you will hear us. We all just keep quiet and listening.
Okay. Okay. Which area you are from? You are from Nigeria.
Yes, I'm from Nigeria.
And what college? Which college you are studying?
Currently,
Yes.
I'm studying only here, sir.
Okay. 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 Hmm. How do you like the tourism education? How do you like the tourism studies? And what is your future plan for it?
So honestly, before applying and even after applying, I don't have any plan. But after some days, after listening to some of your lectures,
Hmm.
now I changed my plan that inshallah I will try my best. Maybe me and some of my colleagues here we will try to open a travel agency.
Yeah, definitely. And you open your travel agency and you invite me to your place, so that I will go there and I will see the
Ah,
different places. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so you will
yes,
come
sir.
to
Okay.
Nigeria, sir.
Definitely. I'll definitely go. No issue. And yeah, Hamza, you tell me. Yeah. Then
No, nothing.
Bashir. Bashir, what is your plan
Okay.
for? Yeah, Bashir, how you look, how you like my teaching process?
Well, we just about your teaching, we can say it's very breathtaking and fantastic. So, and we always be grateful to Almighty God for if not for this this uh, school, we never been in such a wonderful, or we never experienced such wonderful lecture if not for the management system of the new. So we just want to say thank you all. And
Thank you.
so about so about the, well, there is some two questions I think I have brought down to ask. I told you earlier before the finish of the class. Okay.
Yes.
So the question is the role of body in tourism, as you talked about earlier. So is it about the role, the vital role that the people in the community which tourists arrive? Is it the role or the help that they have to give tourists when he has his certain
Yes,
destination?
yes. Yeah, I got it. I got it
That
also.
local.
The, yeah.
Okay.
See,
Okay. I say, is it there?
uh, yeah. Tell me. Continue.
Okay. After that, this let me a minute please. Okay. Um, what can you hear? So like in okay, after the tour operator give you all the necessary support, you say you have to give you in terms of processing you are traveling. So when you reach your destination, the first people you're supposed to meet is that local body. The local body is depend with the specific geographical place you arrive. So that community, okay, to that people you first to meet in the community, there is certain health or certain necessary support they're supposed to offer to you. Role is
Yeah, the
highly
yeah, the
needed
answer
in the
is
field
that
of
yes.
tourism.
Yeah, yeah. Give me time.
Okay,
That thing is
I,
that as you said that uh, the local bodies is in the form of community participation or in the form of community involvement is required, whether it may be a tour agent, whether it is a tour agency, whether it is a travel agents, when they contact the tourist, f- when the tourist reach to a destination, then there is a host and guest relationship is built up. So that relationship brings
okay.
many things. Yeah, that relationship brings many things. So the participation, the engagement, the empowerment of the local bodies or the local communities also enhanced, and the foreign exchange is also comes out to the particular time, or the monetary involvement is also there. And similarly the tourist get the wonderful experience. So that is most important things. Okay, did you get my point?
Yes, I get your point. So, sir, another question about
Yeah.
our course. So, how availability of the opportunity after the person, completed his study of tourism, and what opportunity he may get in the world of tourism business, whether it's private or government sector.
Okay.
How
The
chance or
yes, yeah,
opportunity men will
yeah.
have.
The opportunity, see, to form a local community, or to form a non-government organization, the opportunity always there. It is you or it is the group individuals. They need to tap. They need to find out the gap, or they need to find out the unique product, or they need to find out the distinctiveness, how the tourist can be attracted to a particular place. For an example, if in the protected areas of Africa, or if there is no a particular there is no service of tea and coffee. Okay. So if a group of community, they start selling the tea and coffee to the tourists, so that is an opportunity tapped. Did you get my point? Okay. So in this way you need to find it out, the uh, you need to find out the gap, or you need to find out, or you need to explore the opportunities. The opportunity can be encased by the local government, or by the tour organizations, or by the travel agents. Okay. Any other
Okay,
things?
so we got. This is the things I would like to ask you because
Okay, thank you,
you, okay,
thank
when you graduated from your study, to know where you're supposed to start your business, or what kind of path you're supposed to start in order to notice your business or experience.
okay, okay. Any other things need to be discussed? So tomorrow is the 17th of March. Tomorrow we have the last assessment, or sorry, tomorrow I have the last lecture with you, so that we can finish it up. So same timing. So I request all of you to join tomorrow, so that we can finish it up. Fine. So
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. About
yeah,
your PPT.
PPT I will
I think
send.
you have
PPT I will. Yeah, I will send. PPT
okay,
I will send.
okay.
I'll send
In
you.
our
Add me.
WhatsApp group.
Yeah, yeah. You add me in your group. I will send you. No issue. Okay. If you have some
So,
WhatsApp group,
what is
if you have some,
what is your WhatsApp number?
yeah, I'm just
Your
giving my
WhatsApp.
number. Yeah, yeah, just hold on. This is my number. Okay. So you can add me so I can send you the PPTs and all. Okay. So for now, thank you so much, and we'll meet tomorrow for the next session. Okay. Any other things? Oh, team, yeah, tell
Thank you,
me.
sir.
Thank you, thank you. There are some internet connectivity. The sound is not coming properly also from due to the long distance. I think so. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.